Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Iron channel. I'm Steve Shaw. In this video, I'm going to talk about Revival Fitness critiquing GVS. Before I get into this topic, if you guys would like a custom workout, please check out the link down below. They are only $29.99 through the end of December. Complete custom workout. All right, so I don't like to get into the soup or the stew of YouTube drama, but this video was being discussed this morning on Team Massive, and you can check out the link down below to my Discord server. I'm simply going to give you my honest opinion of what is going on, my take on GVS and whether this is strong. Before I get into things, I just want to make it clear. I just want to give a neutral analysis. I'm not trying to start any feud or any fight with Revival. I don't really watch his channel. I'm aware of it, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I don't really watch anybody's channel. But I want you guys to listen to the commentary, then drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Is 400 by 15 high handle hex bar an impressive lift for a natural or for anyone for that matter? So before I give you my commentary, let's take a listen.
So every jacked, advanced natural lifter will be strong, with zero exceptions.
So I just have to say I completely agree with that sentiment. You are going to be relatively strong to where you started. We're not after powerlifting strength. We're not after one rep max strength. But every advanced natural lifter is going to be a lot stronger than the average gym guy and a lot stronger than when they started.
Then why are you the exception?
So Revival Fitness goes right after him. Why are you the exception? So we have to frame this by saying this is a 440-pound high-handle deadlift for 15 reps. This is pretty much around a 600 one-rep max strength, which is advanced in any world, right? Regardless of the fact that it's high handle, doesn't matter. But the fact that he can get through this from a cardiovascular and muscular endurance standpoint, and even though it's high handle, that it's not beating up his lower back is very, very impressive. So let's just let this roll.
We see him here. This is 440 pounds with a high handle trap bar deadlift, which is significantly easier than low handle, and low handle's even easier than sumo or conventional. And he cranks out, about 15 reps here, and he's dying by the end.
Well, I would hope he would be dying. That is an impressive feat of strength. High handle, it doesn't matter. That is an impressive feat of strength. And anybody that did 440 by 15 would be dying.
This guy's entire brand and persona and his fan base revolves around the idea that he's a world-class natty.
And this is world-class natural strength.
And he talks about here how they're going to be very strong to have the muscles that they do. This is not impressive.
This is extremely impressive. And, you know, honestly, from what I see as a coach, and from what I've seen in my years of powerlifting, high handle, it doesn't really matter, right? This is still, if you check the handle relative to the knee position, this would still be pretty much a low rack pull. Regardless of that fact, just to have a high handle deadlift near 600 is extremely elite. It's extremely impressive. You don't see it very much. So I don't really understand why he is going after GVS here on this lift.
In that context, keep in mind this is the same guy who at the peak of his bulks has reached, I believe, around 230 pounds and has not even benched 300 plus, let alone 3 plates per side. And the rationalizations are going to come in all forms here.
You know, I mean, setting things up saying the rationalizations are going to come in all forms. I think I'm going to stop it here because I really don't see any personal value in moving forward. You know, as somebody that coaches in the real world, you know, and I'm not saying that as a dig on Revival. I'm just saying, you know, I've been around the block. I've coached people. I've coached Special Olympians. I've coached on the powerlifting platform many, many times. I've worked with everybody in the industry. I've worked with YouTube celebrities. I've worked with top level. I've worked with the top powerlifter in the world, Donnie Thompson. I've trained with Ronnie. You know my history. I've been around the block, and This is an exceptional lift. I don't recall seeing many people do this at all in my 40 years of lifting. Now, we can try to weigh in on, how many people have done it, or, how it compares to a conventional deadlift or a sumo deadlift. But I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, and this is not hyperbole, this is an exceptionally strong 1% lift. And, I really don't know why of all lifts you would go after GVS on this. I have nothing but respect for GVS. I think this is an incredibly impressive performance. In fact, for GVS, who is not as strength obsessed as I am, I was actually shocked that he was able to do this. And this isn't an understatement. This isn't some flowery nonsense kissing his ass that I put up on YouTube. I was extremely impressed. To me, this feels more like a witch hunt, like somebody just going after somebody. And I really don't see the base for this attack. I really don't. It is probably one of the more head-scratching things I have seen in my 40 years of lifting, seeing Revival go after GVS. I mentioned on Team Massive that I think, and I'm just being honest, I'm just being honest with you guys, and you guys can process it as you want. This is probably one of the worst takes I've seen in all my years of lifting. And maybe Revival will get angry with me and, slap back at me or whatever. But my honest impression, if we were just sitting across from each other in a bar, I would say this is probably one of the top 10 weakest takes I've seen in all my years of lifting. Much respect to GVS. I tip my cap. I think this is an extremely impressive lift. Very few lifters will get close to this. And that's really all I have to say. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.